What up, guys? It's me, Zachary, and you know what? Just forget about it. I'm not gonna change up what I do just because of some stupid stuff that's going on behind the scenes. You guys are here to get daily updates on everything that goes on in the NBA in a shortish video. And that's what I'm gonna keep doing. Even though this whole NBA clip thing hasn't been figured out, they're not gonna slow down the grind, alright? I'm not gonna switch up on the people who got me to where I'm at because of some things that I can't control. So we're just gonna keep grinding, and whatever happens, happens, but let's just go. Let's get into this. So yesterday in the NBA, basically everything that came out was just a bunch of news about players that would and would not be available at the trade deadline. The Thunder came out and said that they're not trading Paul George. I don't think that surprised anyone. If you seriously thought OKC was going to trade Paul George, then I honestly don't even know what to say to you. We got the Hawks out here saying that they're open to trading Kent Bazemore, Ersan Ilyasova, and Marco Bellinelli. Not the most intriguing names. Some teams looking to make a deep playoff pushes might give up like a second round pick or something for Bazemore and Bellinelli to bolster their depth, but until the Hawks put Dennis Schroeder up on the block, they don't really have much to offer. The Bulls came out and said that they're looking to trade Nikola Mirotic. We already knew this. The Jazz are apparently frontrunners to land him. The Lakers and Jordan Clarkson now have mutual desire to find a new home for him, and a bunch of teams, I guess, including my Detroit Pistons, are interested in trading for Evan Fournier. Probably the best player out of the bunch of people who have been available so far, and the Magic have been known to trade away their nice young players for little to nothing. So all someone has to offer is another Terrence Ross or a Serge Ibaka, and they can have anyone on the Magic they like. It's pretty much whoever makes the worst offer at this point will get Evan Fournier or anyone or everything. So there was all of that, which is cool to see some of those names pop up, but it's not the most exciting stuff, even though I would be excited if the Pistons got Evan Fournier. But the more exciting or disappointing piece of news came out regarding the New Orleans Pelicans and them saying that they are not going to be looking to trade DeMarcus Cousins. So to all the Cavs fans that were hoping to trade that Brooklyn pick for DeMarcus Cousins, that ain't happening. And honestly, if I'm thinking about it, if I was New Orleans Pelicans, that Brooklyn pick would probably be the only package that I would even consider trading DeMarcus Cousins away for. Because while yes, DeMarcus Cousins very well could leave at the end of the season, and I don't think a lot of people expect him to stay in New Orleans, if I'm not getting that draft pick and I'm New Orleans, there's nothing else that teams are going to offer realistically that I would be that interested in. Think about it. What team would make a good enough offer for DeMarcus Cousins where the Pelicans say, you know what? Yes, we're going to do this. The only teams that would be interested in DeMarcus Cousins would be like the Los Angeles Lakers, who are just looking to shed salary and have already said that they kind of want to trade for DeMarcus Cousins. So they'd offer Julius Randle and Jordan Clarkson for DeMarcus Cousins. While you might say, well, yeah, the Pelicans should take that so they don't wind up with nothing over the offseason if DeMarcus Cousins leaves them, what does that really do for you? If you're the Pelicans, you trade DeMarcus Cousins for those two guys. Can you build around Julius Randle and Jordan Clarkson? No. Will getting Julius Randle and Jordan Clarkson make you a better team than if you had DeMarcus Cousins? Of course not. All it means is that you now have to trade Anthony Davis too. That's just how it goes, because it means they are giving up on this whole team. The Pelicans would have to start rebuilding again, and how many times can you start rebuilding again around one player? How many times will it take until Anthony Davis says, you know what, I've had enough, get me out of here? So in the eyes of the New Orleans Pelicans, they're like, you know what, we are screwed no matter what we do. Our best option here is just to hold on to DeMarcus Cousins and pray that Anthony Davis can convince him to stay over the summer. Speaking of Anthony Davis though, this little gem came out yesterday. An article claiming that a Warriors insider thinks Golden State will target Anthony Davis long term. This doesn't mean via trade or anything, but AD can't opt out of his contract, not after next season, but after the season after the next season, after the 2019-2020 NBA season. And that's when the Warriors plan to make a run at him, I guess. And this has a lot of the people upset, as you can imagine. Like, how much more help do the Golden State Warriors need? I swear if they get Anthony Davis, I'm never watching the NBA again. I'm not too worried about this. Them coming out and saying, hey, yeah, we're going to be interested in getting Anthony Davis when he's a free agent is kind of like other teams saying, yeah, we're going to be looking to get LeBron James when he's a free agent. It's Anthony Davis. What team in their right mind who thinks they have a shot at getting him won't go after him when he's a free agent? This is the Golden State Warriors. They went after Kevin Durant right after they had a 73-win season. So this shouldn't surprise anyone. I'm not even mad at them for this. How can you be? They want to keep winning, and it's Anthony Davis. Jeff Green and Kyle Korver scored more than the entire Cleveland Cavaliers starting five combined. Do I need to say they lost? Do I need to say they were blown out? No, but I guess I will say it anyways. The Cleveland Cavaliers got humiliated last night by the Minnesota Timberwolves. By far the Wolves' best game of the season, and it's not even close. They haven't been able to beat the Cavs since 2013. LeBron James almost didn't even score 10 points. When was the last time that he failed to score 10 points? 127-99, and this game was just ugly all around unless you are a Wolves fan. And even then, if you are a Wolves fan, it got ugly for a bit as Isaiah Thomas took out his frustration on Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins was making a move to the basket. Isaiah Thomas sticks his arms out and clotheslines him. You can't just go around karate chopping, clotheslining people in the neck. So, of course, he got tossed from the game. Wiggins was all good though, and Butler was pretty good last night too, with 21 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, and 3 steals. Still no KD for the Warriors, and yet this game still featured two players who seemingly just can't miss right now. One of the people I'm sure you all know plenty about, Stephen Curry, as ever since he came back from that ankle injury, the guy has been unreal. The other player though, people might know a little less about, but nonetheless, he has been amazing over his past, not even few games, it's been his past a lot of games. Trey Lyles of the Denver Nuggets. His numbers scoring-wise haven't been as jaw-dropping as Curry's, but he has been really nice. He came out of nowhere for Denver. He had another 20-point game off the bench again, which is dope. I love to see players making good names for themselves around the league, but he was playing against the Warriors, and that rarely ever results in a win. While Trey Lyles and the Nuggets played well yesterday, Steph and the Warriors played better as they get the 124-114 win behind Curry and his 32 points and 9 assists. That looked really bad. The Raptors blew a 10-point lead in the final minutes of this game that allowed the Nets to take them into overtime, and in overtime, Kyle Lowry took a really nasty fall that left him on the ground, not really able to get up on his own. He had to be carried off the court into the locker room, which is scary because it looked like it was a back injury, and it was, because after the game, the Raptors diagnosed him with acute back spasms and said he will be reevaluated in about a week, so he could be out for a while. We'll have to wait and see. And with Lowry out though, DeRozan stepped up even more in the closing seconds of overtime to get the Raptors the narrow 114-113 win over Brooklyn. DeMar finishing with 35 points and 6 assists, while Ibaka turned back the hands of time back to like 2012. He had 6 blocks, while Dinwiddie had a career high 31 points and 8 assists for the Nets. Boogie had himself a temper tantrum early in the game after picking up 2 quick fouls. Davis had to leave the game with an injured ankle in the third quarter and did not return, and the Pelicans still wind up with a 112-109 win over my Detroit Pistons. After AD left the game, Detroit just couldn't stop Boogie, which you had to see coming. Whenever one of those guys goes out of the game, the other one typically tries to take over and just dominate. Cousins went off for 16 points after Davis left the game, only finished with 20, but he showed up when it mattered, I guess. And Rondo was just a pest for Detroit to keep in check all night as he had 12 points and 15 assists. Tobias Harris led Detroit with 25. Gerald Green still hasn't cooled off yet. After this first game, I thought he was just happy to play. After his first 3 games with Houston, I thought he was just really happy to play. And now what is this, like his 6th game? And I'm wondering why he has been playing for any other team all year long. And where has he been his entire career? Gerald Green still shooting the lights out, averaging over 20 a game for the Rockets, and I think he just might have been born to play with Mike D'Antoni. 22 for him last night as the Rockets get the 116-107 win over the Bulls. The Pacers dominated the Bucks in the first quarter last night. I think I saw somewhere that this said that this was the biggest first quarter league since all the way back in 2008, so that's pretty cool. They were up 21 after 1, and they just kind of rode that momentum the rest of the way to end up with the 109-96 win. No big heroics, it was just everyone on the Pacers playing extremely well. The Spurs beat the Kings thanks to LaMarcus Aldridge being unstoppable with 31 points and 12 rebounds, as well as David Bertans having a career night. Matt Bonner 2.0 lived up to that name yesterday as he had 28 points, hitting 6 of his 9 triple attempts, 107-100 was the final score. CJ Williams, do you guys know who that is? No, of course you do not, unless you are a Clippers fan. He had a dagger from the corner with just under 10 seconds left in the game to get the Clippers the 108-107 win over the Hawks. Not that anyone really cares, as Lou Williams continues to ball out. He had 34. That wraps up all the action from last night, though. You guys go vote for the player of the day by clicking this little card thing right here. Just remember, though, that only players whose team won are eligible to win player of the day, and I just gotta say that it feels good to be back. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Make sure to smack that like button, as well as subscribe to the channel to join the quest to 200K, 300K, 400K, hashtag a million and a year, and to stay up to date with everything that goes on in the NBA on a daily basis. But until tomorrow, keep getting the buckets, Team STC, and I'm out of here. Peace!